Hare Krishna. So thank you very much for joining again today. And today we will start new chapter. Yesterday we completed the 10th chapter. Now we will go to 11th chapter. The title is the Universal Form or Vishwarupa Darshan. So let's read the shloka, translation and purport. Arjuna Uvacha Mad Anugraya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samgitam Yatva Yoktam Vachastena Moho Ayam Vikato Mama. So translation and purport is by Sri Prabhupada. Arjun said, by my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about this most confidential spiritual subject, my illusion has now been dispelled. Purport. This chapter reveals Krishna as the cause of all causes. He is even the cause of Mahavishnu, from whom the material universe emanates. Krishna is not an incarnation, he is the source of all incarnation. That has been completely explained in the last chapter. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he says that his illusion is over. This means that Arjuna no longer thinks of Krishna as a mere human being and as a friend of his, but as the source of everything. Arjuna is very enlightened and is glad that he had such a great friend as Krishna. But now he is thinking that although he may accept Krishna as the source of everything, others may not. So, in order to establish Krishna's divinity, he is requesting Krishna in this chapter to show his universal form. Actually, when one sees the universal form of Krishna, one becomes frightened like Arjuna. But Krishna is so kind that after showing it, he converts himself again into his original form. Arjuna agrees to what Krishna has several times said. Krishna is speaking to him just for his benefit. So Arjuna acknowledges that all this is happening to him by Krishna's gaze. He is now convinced that Krishna is the cause of all causes and is present in everyone's heart as the super soul. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Vishnu So, in the last chapter, the Vibhuti Yoga, in the last two verses, Krishna said, like, by a fragment or part of my opulence, this whole material universe is existing. And he also says that there is no need, Arjuna, for you to understand all these vibhutis separately because they are existing for because of me. So there Krishna uses last two verses, he uses the word amsha or small part of his opulence. So now Arjuna in this chapter, and also our Krishna said like he pervades all this universe by his small part. So now Arjuna is asking Krishna how he pervades in this universe and how he can see that form. That's why this chapter is called Vishwarup Darshan, that how Krishna pervades in this universe. And then Krishna also shows him his original form. So Arjuna says here, Mad Anugrahaya. So Anugrahaya means by the mercy. So now Krishna at several places says to Arjuna that for your favor or for your benefit, I'm going to speak all this knowledge to you, or I will explain this universe is structure and my opulence is for your benefit. And so now Arjuna understood that for his benefit, Krishna is speaking this most uh, confidential guhyam and adhyatma spiritual knowledge to him. And he also says, by hearing this yatvo yoktam vachastena, by hearing these words, moho ayam, so his illusion. So what is the illusion that Arjuna is talking about here is, he wanted, he's on the battlefield and he's supposed to fight with Kauravas, but he has refused to fight. And why he has refused, Krishna says in the second chapter that this is your weakness of heart and this is your ignorance that you are denying to fight with in on the battlefield, because you are considering yourself as body. And from there Krishna started speaking all the Sankhya Yoga in the chapter 2. And so Arjuna was in illusion or ignorance that he is a body and his all relatives who are standing in front of him are his relatives. And this is the illusion. Now Arjuna says, Vigato Mama, means my this illusion is removed. So in this 11th chapter only, Arjuna is saying that my illusion or my moha is removed. So Krishna is speaking this Bhagavad Gita to remove Arjuna's ignorance. And we see in the chapter 10, is already his illusion is gone. In chapter 18 also, at the end of chapter 18, I think 62 or 63, Arjuna says that my illusion is gone now and I am ready to fight as per your direction. But we see that the same moho ayam vigato, so that illusion is already removed in the 10th chapter only. Right. So after this, whatever Krishna, or sorry, whatever Arjuna is asking, the questions to Krishna are for lokahita, or that is for benefit of the general people. Because for him, his moha is already gone, as he explains here. So this is also important point, that Arjuna's illusion is already removed by this knowledge and of his vibhutis. And Krishna's mentioning that he pervades all this universe by a small fragment of his part. And why Arjuna was in confusion or illusion? Because he was confused about his duty and he was confused about his identity. So that is already removed, as he mentions in this. And so now he, next two or three shlokas, he will glorify Krishna, and then he will request to show his Vishwaroop. And he's trying to establish the prerequisite, or the what we can say condition, or the rule for anybody who claims to be God or a cause of all causes. So Krishna here will show his Vishwaroop. So if anybody in this world says that I am the cause of all causes and I am pervading everywhere in Kali Yuga or any other place, then anyone can surely demand that please show your Vishwaroop. So that also is one of the purpose, that Arjuna is establishing Krishna's supremacy and divine it in front of everyone, so that no one is explaining Gita. So here one another point that we have to remember is mat anugrahaya. So everything Krishna is doing for showing mercy or favor on Arjuna. Similarly, Krishna shows mercy all the living beings who are uh, surrendered unto him, and he tries to help them. And by his mercy, we can understand Guhyam Adhyatmam. We can understand the spiritual confidential knowledge. So we need Krishna's mercy, then we can understand, and then we have the faith in the words of Krishna. So this shloka is very important. At the middle of the book, total Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna accepts, and also his illusion is gone. And now he will speak all, he will ask the questions about Bhakti Yoga and Sankhya Yoga for general populace, the benefit of the general populace. Thank you very much. If any comments, points that anyone would like to share, please feel free to share with all of us. You can share for these, or if any point that you remember from the last chapter that we studied, the 10th chapter, that also is fine. That will be very helpful if you can share your some realization about this chapter 10 and how you felt after we read together. Okay, so thank you for joining today also, and we'll keep reading this shloka, one shloka every day, and try to see how it helps us and how Krishna tries to help us and guide us to understand Him by His mercy and to show us favor.
Thank you very much for this.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.